Okay guys, now that we made your fish in your background, we're going to animate it. So if you look, we are on the fish layer. So your fish, if we open up your toolbox and we go to the toolbox layer tool and I click on the move tool and click back on the background, I can move my fish around. Okay, so I'm going to undo that for a second just so it's there's that moving the circle tool where you can move him in a circle is gone. Now we're going to duplicate this frame 50 times. So what I do is I go back in here to my tools, and I'm not going to duplicate it all 50 right now so you can see how this works. I'm just going to do 25 times. 50 is the most times that we can duplicate anything because we have the free version and not the full version. So it just keeps hitting that duplicate frame button and it keeps duplicating the frame. Now it's duplicating both layers when it's doing this. So I'm only going to have to, I only had to draw my background of my fish once, but now I can move him 25 times and we'll be able to do it more. Um, the 26th frame that I'm going to put on here is not going to be duplicated, so I can do this again because I'm going to make the complete animation for you. So 2 more times, 1, 2, okay, done. So now I'm going to go back to the first frame just by swiping. Now, to get this to work, remember that onion skin tool we said we had on? Oh, and by the way, I clicked backwards and it made another frame before, so I want to get rid of that because I want to be on this frame. So I hit done. I go into my toolbox layer tool. I click on my move or my layer. Okay, now watch. So I'm going to move him to the side of, like he's coming onto the screen. And he's under my circle, so I'll put him over here a little bit. Oops. Okay, so now I'll make my next frame. Now, I'm on the second frame. I don't know if you can see that, but there's his nose from the first frame in there. And that's what onion skinning does. It shows you the frame. Oops, did not want to do that. So I'll undo it. I'll click back on my toolbox. Oh, that's what happened when my finger hit that, when that bar appeared. I had switched to the eraser by accident. So I'm going to hit this guy over here. So he's coming onto the screen. Then I'm going to make the next screen, or the next page. And and you can see the eye underneath the fin. I don't know if you can see his eye underneath the fin there. So every time I hit that arrow, I'm going to the next frame. And all I have to do is move it from the middle. And it shows me where I'm moving him. And I'm using the eye as to know where he is. I'm going to have him do a flip here. So I'm going to move him, and I'm going to start a flip. So I'm spinning this wheel. And it's a little tricky, so you got to kind of get used to moving it around. Okay. And I'll do it one more time because then I'll show you what it's going to look like so far. Okay, now right here, up in this corner, this green button is the play button. Watch what happens when I play through it. Now it's playing the rest of the frames, but now here's the beginning. Okay, and now those are those other frames that we put in that I have not animated yet. So that's why he stops moving. Okay. So I'll just keep going from there. So I'll hit pause and I hit back to go back to it. Okay, and then I find the last frame I was on by going to the cell. So I'm on, so frame 16 was the last one I did. So I can go back to 17 now and I can keep going. Okay, so I'm going to let you, my next one will be the finished animation, but I wanted you to see how that works. All right, go ahead.